As I've gotten older, I've come to realize I think differently. In fact, a friend of mine says it's probably because I was homeschooled. I don't think in the same boxes as everybody else. I think in a way that at times I've wondered, am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one. I know there's other people out there that think this way, but there are times where I sit there going, man, I think I'm strange. And so I've come to embrace it. I've come to get to a place where it's like, you know what? This is just who I am. And there have been a lot of people recently that have been asking me questions about a number of the things that have been going on in our world today. And I've come at it from a completely different angle. And so today, this video is about free speech. And I'm speaking freely about this topic because I believe that we should be able to do so. And I think that everybody should be able to speak about it in the way that they feel so inclined. But here's the shift in mentality and thinking that I'm bringing to this situation, and that's this. I'm speaking freely, and I'm about to post this video on an entertainment platform. It's an entertainment platform. And so what do we expect from our entertainment platforms? As we look at our world today, people are in an uproar because Twitter did not let Donald Trump continue to stay on their platform. Well, what exactly do we expect of Twitter? What is Twitter? See, for me, Twitter is purely entertainment. So is Facebook, so is Instagram. It's not necessary. It's not needed. It's not something that I have to have in my life, which blows me away then when we get so frustrated about some of this stuff and it's like, but wait a minute. There's 73 million people that voted on one side of the equation, and there's 73-ish million people that voted on the other side of the equation. And so we're so frustrated that our viewpoints are not being put out there the way that we want them to. Guess what? Let's stop using the platforms that won't put out our ideas. What if 73 million people just disappeared from Twitter or from Facebook or from Instagram? What would happen? I bet people would take notice. I bet you they'd stand up and sit there going, oh man, what's going on? Because see, those are things we don't need in our lives, and they're not really preventing us from being able to say anything. Why is that? Because the speech and the things we need to say don't need to be heard by everybody. They need to be heard by the people in your area that you can have an impact on. You want to exert your ability to speak freely? Get involved in your local community. Work in the neighborhood that you live in. Serve in the neighborhood that you live in. Be involved in the neighborhood that you live in. And speak to the people around you that can actually hear your voice. And then maybe pick up a phone. Did you know those phones that we stare at all the time were actually meant to call people? Use your voice by calling somebody and saying, hey, I really want to get to know you. I want to talk to you about this issue. Or call them to encourage them and say, hey, I've been thinking about you lately. What if we exerted our speech that way? What if we used it for those things? I bet you we would have an impact. I bet you we'd make a difference. And so, yeah, I don't like it when people's ability to speak freely is taken away. And yet we still have the ability to speak as freely as we want. And the people that need to hear it are the ones right near you right now. So let's not get up in arms because they're taking away Twitter. Go for it. Take away Twitter. In fact, I would love it if all of our entertainment platforms just kind of disappeared tomorrow and we had to engage each other again one-on-one. Because the crazy thing is, there was a world at one time that existed without any of those things. And it was just fine. Because the way that we're going to make a difference is not by putting all of our thoughts out there on these platforms where nobody's listening. The way that we're going to make a difference is by getting involved in our local communities. See the people that are around you. So set up meetings over this next week. Not by calling your senator, not by getting mad at your representative, but by engaging the people in your community. Serve at a food pantry. Serve at your local church. Get involved in the school in your neighborhood. Substitute teach. Engage the next generation of students. See, those are the things historically that we know will make a difference. And then speak in those environments freely, but engage each other in a discourse where we can share ideas and truly make a difference. Have a great week. See you next week.